In this video I talk about what I have learned about using a teleprompter to create videos, because I have now made over 300 videos and most of them I have used teleprompter. And I will go through what kind of problems I had and how I solved those, and in the end I will also tell what I would do if I was just starting now and thinking about buying a teleprompter. So when I first started making videos a few years ago, I was so scared to be on camera that I went down this camera rabbit hole and I really built like 10 different home studios before I actually really started publishing content. Because I was just so scared to be on camera and publish content. So it just was fun for me because I moved a lot to build like a new video studio, and I got way too much gear, and I actually bought like maybe 4 different teleprompters. But when I went through all of those fears to be on camera and really start making content and publishing content, I started to write my scripts and put them on the teleprompter and then trying to make videos. And I soon noticed that I write differently than I speak, and also because I didn't have any experience working with teleprompter, those videos were very robotic and flat and didn't sound like me at all. But then I just started to rehearse how to use the teleprompter, but I still didn't fix the scripting part that I should have, and I will get back that on a minute. But basically what you need to do, first of all, you should put your script like narrower in the teleprompter setting, so your eyes don't move left to right very much. So in the video, people don't see that your eyes are reading from left to right. And then you need to learn to use more your peripheral vision to read, and how I describe that is that I try to concentrate on the spot where I know the camera is. And in this Elgato teleprompter that I use, and I highly recommend this teleprompter even though it's cost like $300, but it's totally worth it. But here I still can almost like see the camera lens behind the teleprompter that I'm watching currently, and try to focus on that and not like reading on the script. And some days that works better and some days not, but in that way you can use pre-written script, but it doesn't show up on the camera that you are like reading a script. And this is just one of the skills that you need to learn, and I'm not very good at that still, even though I have made ton of videos. And one thing I didn't do enough is the first to do like a practice run. So just go through the full video with the teleprompter, and then you notice all the mistakes and that kind of things, and you just fix the script on the first run, and then maybe still take 1 or 2 takes before the final take, and that is then much better because you know the script and you rehearsed that. And that way, basically, I did my first videos and I got better at being on teleprompter. But the main thing, the script still wasn't like good enough. I mean, the script didn't sound like me. Then the AI revolution began, and ChatGPT came and any other AI tools. And then I started to use the speech to text feature and just like ramble out my script to the AI tool and just tell it to remove the like retakes and give me advice if I went like off the track too much, but still remain my tone and how I speak. So only like fix grammar mistakes minimally, and like I tell it like don't remove all these kind of words that we use when speaking, like so and things like that that I use a lot when I'm speaking. And this way I started to get much better like scripts. So first I ramble out the script out loud, and nowadays I have these different script frameworks that I then use AI to put my rambling in order and that kind of framework. And when you do that few times, you also like start to automatically ramble yours in that framework, and then it gets easier, and then the AI basically just cleans my script, and then I ask it to check that all the things from my framework are there, and many times I don't even bother to have all them into one script, but it still gives me this kind of like double check before I even start filming the video. And I also like ask, are there like all the things that are needed, for example, in this YouTube videos, like hook and intro and setup, and these kind of different stages are in on my script. Because many times if I just basically go live and start ramble the video, I don't like remember all the things, and if I remember, they aren't like in the right order. So this way I get all of the things out on my head about that topic, and then I start to tune that script with AI by speaking. And I also have been trying bullet points, and I think that is the best of like both worlds, but still I use a lot of like full written scripts, especially I think from moving on now, because I have now made lots of video with this kind of rambling method, but now I'm starting to make these longer videos that I want them to like live on YouTube for many years, and also in my classroom, in my Skool community, the one-person show where I teach like how to create content faster. So I want to make this kind of more like evergreen videos and make them like more polished and more edited. And when you start making those kind of videos, you need to like script them before, but I think no one cannot make those kind of videos if they haven't like practiced a ton and made a lot of videos. And even now I have made like over 300 videos, and I'm still thinking I'm just starting now. I now just start to feel like more relaxed on camera, relaxed reading on the teleprompter, and so now I can almost get like more benefit from the teleprompter than I did in the start. So if I would start now, and if you are now thinking about buying a teleprompter, I probably wouldn't buy that before you test this kind of method of making videos. So you just take one of your video topics. So usually what I teach is that you just start answering your ideal clients' questions. So you find those questions that your ideal clients are asking, and then you ramble out the answer in your own way to the AI. And then just tell it to clean the grammar mistakes and leave everything else intact. Also tell it to remove the retakes that you did in that rambling, and also tell it to point out if you went off too much of the track. And in the end, just tell it to create separate markdown file where you and AI can then start the conversation to modify that script. And this way you have your first scripts ready, and then you start editing that script with AI, but just remember, don't let the AI like write the script for you, because you are the expert of that topic. So just give your own advice on your own style. And now you have basically have the script ready, all your things rambled out, and now possibly in right order. And now just check the script. Maybe you need to fix it a little bit, go back and forth with the AI, but eventually you have like a full script written on your own voice, like one answer to one simple question. And now just read the like 1 or 2 sentences at a time, or just one small paragraph, and film that with your phone or camera. And just take as many takes you need to get like a clean take where you get that small paragraph right, and move that to computer straight away, or just make a like a new album on your phone and move it to there. Then just take the next paragraph, do the same, and eventually you have only like good takes on your computer or your phone. And then in your editing app, just merge all those clips together. Because I have now made a lot of videos in this way recently just with my iPhone, and they actually even perform better, because when there isn't like a teleprompter in front of you, you act differently, because many times the teleprompter will flatten your personality, because you need to focus also on the reading part and like not really like connecting with your viewer, if this like makes sense. So I highly recommend starting out this way and make like 30 videos before you get the teleprompter, because you need to be comfortable on camera first. Because if you start with a teleprompter like I did, it almost made my progression slower because there was another thing to learn. And I think it's just better way to start creating videos without it. And if you like this method, you don't even need to get a teleprompter ever, because at the same time, if you make short form videos, that kind of method where you say one sentence or paragraph, you can also change the angle in the next clip, or you just maybe position your camera totally different environment, and you get more engaging videos at the same time. So it is very easy way to make videos. And I think you can use the same way to make YouTube videos. I have made a few YouTube videos on this channel the same way, and I think it's like a excellent and very simple way to start making videos, and probably just keep going on that way. And when you have made videos like this, maybe first 30 videos, then you can just start to learn more about like script writing frameworks, and maybe then you make better scripts, and then again make videos on this same very simple way. And maybe then you can get like a teleprompter to maybe speed up your process. And if you want more of my help how to create educational videos faster, I have a Skool community called the One Person Show, where I help online coaches and experts to create video content faster, and I will leave link below this video. And hopefully see you on the next video, and I will put right here some video that could possibly interest you next.